Okay, I think I got my mic on. Yes, mic is on, music's on. Oh, Peoples is here. Yo. Oh, Ethan, I need my stuff. Please move. Hopefully the music's not too loud. Of course, now this decides to be really slow. GG. Okay, we're gonna be drawing some emotes. I gotta redraw a couple of emotes for Andy. I'll disable that so I can actually see stuff pop up. Okay. I'm sure a couple of you have probably been to his streams. So, both of these are like smushed. So I gotta make sure these like fit the space. I'm gonna add probably a little bit of darker outlines on them so that they stand out more. Sound louder. So I'll turn the desktop audio down and then mine up a bit. Yeah, I'm using Photoshop. Take one of my own headphones out, that way I can actually hear myself speak. Always sounds weird when you can't. Let me see. Pip is like easy to draw because he's literally just a circle with some ears on it. And I draw his ears coming out the side though. That's too big. You love the sound of the pencil. Well, I do like the same thing. Like AMSR. I can't even pronounce the damn thing. But my mic is basically, it has to sit next to my screen. Okay, so this is how big you kind of see them when they're made. I always open it in another window so that you can actually see it. Otherwise you can't tell, which isn't very helpful. So that's one. This one's gonna be a little bit harder. But I should be able to do that. It's gonna be the same thing where his ears are coming off screen. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask and I will answer them as I see them. And I'll move this over. So if you're confused as to why I'm doing something, I don't mind answering. Australia does exist. I lived there long enough. It is currently PM, so it's like 1 o'clock. It's funny, I've gotten to this point where I don't even remember drawing half of these expressions. It's just kind of happened over time. It's gonna have to go there. Oh my gosh. Looks terrible. Sorry, I'll fix that. The eyes are like staring. Yep, that's pretty much the idea of it. Good job, Pi. I'm very proud of you. Dang expression. I'm trying to do it with thicker lines. That way it comes up way more readable when it's an emote. Because that's the biggest issue with most emotes, because they get downsized so much. If you don't make the lines thick enough, then you lose all the detail, and then you can't do anything. You can't even draw as good as me. I've been doing this for a very long time when I study daily. Including drawing things I don't want to draw, because I need to learn how to draw them, because it's important. So it's gonna take a lot of time and a lot of effort. You can't expect to just draw this good without practicing. Is making you hungry? Sure. How do you do such good drawing? A lot of study. Mirror trick you came up. Yeah. I think that was like, what was it? I thought it was a smart idea. If you wanted to flip an IRL picture, you just put it in front of the mirror. Okay. If I had my way, I'd just paint these because it's... Yeah, why not? I can do that for my sketching process. Make it easier for myself. I'm trying to make the lines like crisp-ish enough to where I can see them. Oh my gosh, this face. This face is my favorite one. Where do you learn how to draw that good? I'm mostly self-taught. I say mostly because like over the last year or two of my life I've been learning a lot from like online tutorials, and I've gotten a couple of much more experienced artists to critique my stuff. So it's one of those cases if you figure out what you want to draw career-wise, if you want to be a texture artist or if you want to be a character designer, etc., you start looking up stuff that's relevant to that. And then you can go from there. So, character design, you got to learn about fashion, and you've got to learn how most items of clothing, how they actually work. So, like how boots are constructed and made, how they function when you move a specific way so that you can draw them correctly when the character's posed. There's a lot of things to learn with art that people don't realize is a thing. I don't know if I really want to give him a neck on this one. I think it like just would look nicer without it, with just the head as it is. Aw, I'm really glad that you've learnt from me. Like, I always worry that I'm not doing things correctly, and so if people are learning from me, I'm worried it's like incorrect. But I've kind of been doing the same thing from other artists that I admire, where I'll learn from them and then kind of realize like years later some artists didn't really know what they were doing when I was learning from them. So I'm always worried that I've been doing the same thing. But I mean, so long as you're happy with your artwork, that's all that really matters. So I'm just gonna see if I can... Yeah, I think that looks alright. Such a big head. Oh, he doesn't have his fluff on the top of his head, but I feel like if I put it there, it's gonna take away from the expression, so I think maybe I should leave it off. this will eventually be shaded. I'm gonna try to clean these up as much as I can when they get like shrunk down. Looks like, oh yeah, these are Andy's characters. Both of these are Andy's, because it's just one character. It's Pip. Andy's my husband, so I'm helping make some of his stuff. How do you find motivation? That's probably the hardest thing. So sometimes I'll have absolutely no motivation for like a whole week or a month, and then it's like sometimes you get forced motivation because like I have a full-time job where I draw for a living, so I kind of can't go to work and spend a full work day doing nothing. It's not fair to my employer or to the audience, I suppose, either. So you kind of just force yourself sometimes. Other times I'll find something that I really like at the time. Like, there was a point where I was like so into Spider-Verse. I'm still into Spider-Verse, like that's not gonna change anytime soon. But like I was so into it that I'd get all of these cool ideas for different poses or cool shots I wanted to draw and stuff like that. Other times it's like OC Chronicles. Like, having someone come along every now and then, they're completely new to all of my stuff. They watch OC Chronicles, and then they start talking about how much they love, like, my OCs. That's good motivation as well for me to want to finish stuff. Okay, we have that one now. Spider-Verse is great. How do you get inspiration to draw? I mean, like, theme or something to draw, not as a hobby. To be honest, all of my stuff outside of work is technically for a hobby. If I'm not being paid for it, I guess it's technically a hobby. I think my father-in-law might be here. I'll shut my door. Give me a second. I'll shut my door. I completely forgot that my father-in-law was coming over. Oh, cool. I really like My Hero Academia. I haven't watched it in a while though, and I kind of have been too busy to pick it back up. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of... I need to keep space. Okay, that one, move this over and down. And then flip them both. That one's fine, this one needs work. I give him a different shaped head depending on like what a kind of expression. If I want something stupid, I just make his head entirely circle. If it's like something a little bit cuter, I always give him like the puffed cheek. Lol, I've done a little bit of voice acting, but not a lot. But I don't like my own voice. I know nobody does, it's just like how it is. But it's hard to like motivate yourself to do voice acting when you don't like the sound of it. Okay, I'm gonna line out these. There was a set size I used to use for line arting emotes. I'm trying to avoid any thin lines. You need to be able to see these when they're tiny, so using thin lines, really contrasted colors helps a lot, and sometimes putting things like a backlight and stuff also helps. Do you do singing? No. No, I do not do singing. There was a point where, like, I first started YouTube. I think I sang a couple of songs on stream once, and I'll never do it again. Andy started doing singing lessons, and then he did a neat, like, music. Well, like, it was a cover, that was it. I couldn't figure out what the word was. I'm really proud of him. Something Daybreak. I have no clue what that is. I've played a couple of games with Andy though. We liked playing Risk of Rain, like, cause we were both, what was it called? Cause we were both long distance. Larry was living in Australia when I met him. Every game we played had to be 2-player over the internet. That way we could, like, do online dates. So I played a lot of games like that with him, and then YouTube-wise, we only really we don't play a lot of games on YouTube together. I don't know. I struggle to act on YouTube a little bit. I have very low confidence. You're using a really weird brush for art and it's too late to go back. It's never too late. Castle Crashes. Oh geez, it's been a while since I played that. Oh, there was a point where we were going through like all of their games because they had Battle Block Theater. That one was great, and that had like a whole puppet theater look. It was great. Honestly, I loved it. I'm gonna move my microphone over a tiny bit just so I can actually like draw in this side of this screen. I gotta do little animated ones after this for editing and stuff. I'm trying to help boost Andy's graphics because I really want to have some nice looking graphics on his channel, especially as like I'm growing as an artist. My art's getting better and better every day, and I want to make sure I can use that skill to try and help Andy, because if we can eventually get like if we can get our channels up a little bit higher, we probably wouldn't have to work full-time as much, which means we could actually start working on other stuff more, which would be nice. But, you know, life. Bills always come first. Okay, can you do a Pikachu sound? No. Did you put Gabrant's tattoo on Oh, no, I didn't. I should have, but, like, I was worried that... Like, because I don't like putting anything of my stuff on Jess's channel, because I don't want fans of Jess's stuff to then think that she came up with it. So, like, I try to keep my stuff away from it, because I already get people, like, telling me that Gabranth is Aaron for some reason. And it's just, like, it's kind of demotivating if someone else gets credit for all of my hard work. It would be cool though for like my own fans, obviously, if I could do stuff like that, but one day maybe. I need to build up my own fan base like way more. What was it? Would you rather make art when you're having spare time or drawing when you're in the mood to draw? To be honest, I do a bit of both of that now. I'll draw because I want to draw outside of work, because I only get a certain amount of free time every day. And then other times I will draw because I've got like sudden motivation and like huge idea. I'm like, I'm gonna make this. And then I got a character that I want to draw and I really want to show everybody, but that character hasn't popped up in my story yet and I can't get to the episode he pops up in. I really want to do an episode where, cause there's a character Laz and he's basically grown up with Gabranth and Seth and a little bit of being in Ethan's childhood. But because like Ethan's Elven, they didn't have like karaoke and stuff. So I really want to do Laz and Gabranth have a karaoke night when they're just singing really dumb old songs together and Gabranth is just like really bad at it. %70 of people think that I'm a professional. I do not have the confidence for okay, so because I'm around professional VAs and I handle their audio because obviously I mix my own, I can tell the difference between a professional and an amateur VA very quickly. And generally it comes down to confidence. So a professional VA does not stammer in their words. They have very subtle tones in their voice acting that makes it feel real. And you don't get that with an amateur. You get a false bravado put on that doesn't feel real. And it's kind of like slightly off. It's kind of like uncanny valley, like with pictures. When something's off just enough where you feel like it's not really genuine. It's pretty much like that. And I'm at the stage where I can see my own faults in my own voice acting, but I can't push my voice in the way that I need it. Like, so it's not about the voicing or the different voices you can do, it's specifically about the actual acting that you can put in, because, you know, like, there is no point in putting a character in if the voice sounds kind of neat, but they can't act to save their life. Yeah, to be honest, like, I have like really, really high respect for those who can get into like acting and stuff like that, because it's not an easy thing, and like, especially VA, because you don't have the situation in front of you. Like, if you're acting in front of people on a stage, etc., you have the benefit of your other actors next to you. You have the benefit of like visualizing the situation based on what everyone else is doing and the set behind you and stuff like that. But you can't really do that for voice acting because it's just you in your room in front of a microphone with just a piece of paper that's telling you how you should feel. So it's very different in that respect. Who do you inspire to draw? I'm not quite sure what you mean on that one, sorry. Oh, hello those who are just popping in. How do you make Ethan? Oh, okay, he's a Shimiji. Sorry, I'm just gonna put emotes in here. So, this is Kimiko. For those who don't know Kimiko. And that's Ethan. They are Shimijis, so I can right click these. I can call another one. Now there's two of her for some reason. And I can make her do things. So, she could crawl. I really love the crawling one. It just looks so silly. How do you get those Shimijis? You have to look them up on the internet. So, I do want to give out this one. Like, I've said it so many times, but I haven't finished Kimiko's one. So when she tries to chase after my mouse, she just turns into Ethan midway through. So I have to fix that. But yeah, if you type in Shimiji, which I'll just put down here. Is it E-J? I'm fairly sure that's how you spell it. Yay, I was correct. Okay. For some reason, like, I'll spell it wrong if I do it in all caps. Yeah, I'm glad you like my OCs. And no, I am not doing anything FML related because this is not an FML channel. I already do that for work. I do not want to touch it on my own time off. I want to do a speed paint of like some of the chibis I do based on the same style that I do the animated stuff in at some point, but like I don't want to do that on a weekend because a weekend is my only time off. And that and like my OCs are they're more fun for me, especially for my fans as well because they like them. So you should make Pippin Twitches one. I'd like to. And yeah, this is not Caitlyn. This is well, for starters, Caitlin's not a cat girl. Kimiko is Kimiko's a badass. I like her very much. She'd kick everyone's butt with any weapon you give her because why not? I was very like young when I made Kimiko actually as a character. Her and Ethan haven't changed much. Kaizen's changed a little bit. I think he's a little bit more stern because he's got to handle the rough, tough situations. Tama was not originally intended as I had him. I think I actually named him like Kohai or something because I used to watch too much anime. But now he's called Tama, and he's fabulous. So I'm very happy that I changed him to be what he is now. He was always intended to be a doctor who used telekinesis and medication being candy, though. Like, that's just what I want. It was great fun. I got a lot of other characters too, but I don't draw them as much. Like, I need to go back and draw, like, Carrot and stuff again. Okay, these will be easy to see at least. I'm gonna put a gradient on this one. Oh wait, I don't need to do that, just... duh. Sorry, I'm not that bright sometimes. Perfect. And that one's got a dark shadow in the middle. Yeah, I'm trying to simplify these as much as I can. I think I could probably make this darker, actually. If the contrast is higher, then it'll come up a lot better in the detail later. You're more Celestia. I would love to do more of Celestia. The only problem I had is, obviously with how busy Jess is, I don't want to bug her on like the little bit of free time she has. So I kind of stopped doing those for a little bit. But I mean, I ended up using Kirsten to do a different father figure, and so now he's the father figure of Hime, which Hime is like just a constant child version of Celestia who thinks humans are great. I really love her. She's like that she's like my own personal child because I don't really want one in real life, so I just have fictional ones. I can't hurt her either, otherwise like my fan base will chase me down. You're attempting animation and you're oh gosh. Yeah, trying to learn animation is like one thing, but then having to also learn how to do like drawing on top of it. Like drawing's hard. I don't think people like actually stress enough just how hard drawing is and how much time it takes. And when you think you're like, you finally think that you're really good at what you're doing, you're like, yeah, I finally figured it out. Then you realize that you don't know much at all and you gotta start again. That's pretty much like my existential crisis. I have this daily issue where I don't know what on earth I'm doing. I'm just like, someone please save me. Why did I pick this career? I hate it. And then the next day I'm right back to it because I love my art career. This is how life is for an artist. It's just sad. We'll never tell anybody though, like, that we won't do it anymore because we'll be doing it the next day. Okay, I can do it dark, but not too dark. You love your style. Oh, I'm so happy you like my style. It always makes me really happy when people like my stuff. like genuinely my stuff, I suppose, not just because like I'll draw anime or something. It's really cool. Unfortunately, I draw a lot of like because I noticed my fan base kind of like shriveled down a little bit when I stopped drawing chibis as much, and I started drawing burly men. I know what my fan base came for. They didn't come for the burly men, but I started learning how to draw muscles. So burly men is what they got. I'm not gonna lie, I very much loved my burly men. Like, I actually drew, there's a sketch page here. So you just got, like, a burly man just sitting there, Laz, and then Ethan's laughing at him. Gabrant looks adorable when he smiles. Like, my gosh. I love my burly man and Ethan. He's not really a burly man, but he's cute. Yeah, that's the word I'll use. I'm gonna keep his, oh no, should I keep his eyes black or make them like the aquamarine color? Maybe I'll make him a darker version of that, because I still want it to stand out. Oh my gosh, this expression though. These are gonna look a little bit odd when they get cut off, so. Gabrant is precious and we must protect him. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I definitely love Shimi. No, there's Shimiji and then like type a character name from like a famous anime or something, you'll probably find one. You don't know how to draw abs. Oh, I can show you guys how to do that after that. Well, to some degree. I love that face. Lol. I'm sorry, but Gabranth, okay, out of all of my characters, Gabranth, Kaizen, and Ethan probably go through the worst stuff. Like, legitimately. Gabranth is basically just me, so he needs to feel like I do. Just this sad person. I'm a very horrible mother to my children. I feel terrible. Did I, like, accidentally click the... No, I didn't pick the transfer tool. Why is it being weird? There we go. It's gone back to normal now. Yeah, I feel sorry for Pat. I felt so sorry for Alec when I first asked him to do Ethan too, because I'm just like, okay, so Ethan goes through this one scene, and it's just like, he's got stabbed, and I'm gonna need you to, you know, like, just be half dead this whole episode, and you need to sound half dead because I don't have any visuals to go with this. It's just audio. And he's like, great. He does such a good job though. Like, I am genuinely like, I was so impressed by like Alex and Pat's VA work. I got so excited, and then I just wanted to do more with my OCs because I could hear them talk. It was great. I always love the characters' Pat voices, and then the writer also tends to make them go and have white hair after a while, and I felt bad because there is gonna be a point where Gabrant has just got like partially white hair. The joys. I feel like a terrible person to my friends. I respect all of my friends though. I think that's like why we're friends to some degree, is we have like a mutual respect for each other's skills. If you ever want to become friends with like really, really skilled people, work hard to attain a skill. Like, work really, really hard to attain a skill. Like, if you want to become friends with big artists, learn how to draw an amazing, like, no, it doesn't have to be amazing, to be honest, but, like, learn how to draw, get excited, and delve into the craft if you want to talk to those people, because then you have a mutual, like, understanding and joy out of the subject. Okay, I did it. We have, what's it called? Progress. I'm gonna put some blue at the back, because I did that for Relics 1 at one point. It looked really cute. But it might not work here, we'll see. I guess I know why it won't work. It's because he's not coloured in the hallway.
Hello.
Hello.
So we've got some Easter eggs, a grass strimmer, and a garden umbrella.
Oh, we've got a garden umbrella now.
Greetings, chat. We were just visited by Mama and Papa.
Oh, Mama was here?
Mama and Papa.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Sister.
Oh.
Yes, they bought an Easter egg. And I gave them some of the smelly things we had.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because I had an entire box full.
Too many.
Welcome to the behind the scenes of Amy and Andy.
Yeah, our life is pretty much this 24/7.
Yeah, we're also going to go out for something next week.
Oh, cool.
How long is the live stream? As long as your heart desires. A little tip, if just before the stream ends, if you pause it, it'll last forever.
Another tip, if you don't want me to leave, you just keep talking about Gabranth and I will stay.
Or pay her a lot of money.
Lol. Guys, for every $5 I get, I will stay on for an hour.
Don't! No! No!
Andy would never see me again. Away he goes. This is pretty much our entire relationship. We have a mutual respect for each other's skills. He does the VA work that I wanted to do. Like, I actually always wanted to be a VA ever since I was little. But I thought it was, like, impossible. So, I never actually tried. Phew. That dang face. So that's both of Andy's ones done, pretty much. I'm just gonna, do this. Okay, actually, I'm gonna make sure that they're the right color, because the last thing I want to do is to select it, and then they kind of just disappear, because I've done that before. Come on. Can you duplicate for me? And then, boop. And that's how you know if they look like what they look like as emotes. I could actually probably move one of those down. So I might do that. Move that over a little bit, put that underneath. Fix the white underneath. It's a problem with like coloring things in the way I do. It's a good test as well, because they're going to be on a black screen normally, so. Or at least a dark one, but I think black still shows up, which is nice. Why do you have to draw guys so hot? Because my boss likes them. That's actually one reason why I started learning how to draw hot guys. But the rest of it was just for myself, because, you know, Gabranth and Laz and every other hot guy. I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, oh, you know what I need? I need to make this one character who's like 60 years old. I gotta make him look hot. Why not? Just make him really buff. It's cool though, like, I can have so many different body types in my series. Like, I've got someone who's, like, slim. I've got people who are, like, an athletic build. I've got, like, an average, because Brom is kind of, like, your average to fit in the middle. Then you got Tama, who is, like, muscular, but a little bit bigger. Laz is pretty much very much the same, but he's mostly got a bear gut. And then you got, like, Gabranth, who is just Mr. Hunk. Gotta love the hunky man. I'm sorry for translating this, but your body what? But but your boss like hot anime guys. Yeah, pretty much. Thing is, like, the kind of anime bodybuild everyone draws is not really a legitimate bodybuild. It's not something that people normally use, realistically. Okay, we're finally at the hard part. No. Get down your spot. You pleb. Okay, so I'm gonna shrink it down. I actually forgot what the sizes were for these because I haven't done them in a very long time. Okay, open this up. So this is what they look like when they're tiny, like super, super tiny. So after I do this, normally I zoomed in too far. Oops, that's kind of scary. So I always duplicate them. That way the outline on the outside is a lot thicker and it's really easy to tell what it is. Why is your drawing so cute? Lol? I don't know. The swole, the hunk, the gunshot. I do have a cowboy! I put a cowboy in my story. I'm so proud. He's a terrible ladies man who really likes Kimiko a lot. He thinks that she's perfect for him because she tried to kill him and she stole his wallet and actually pulled his pants down because she stole his belt at the same time. I love her. She's great. But yeah, he's decided that he wants to marry her because she's perfect. She does not like him in the slightest. I love being able to come up with some like really weird characters. I want to do a tattoo artist as like I want to do a character themed on that, but I wanted a tattoo artist who turns scars from soldiers into like beautiful pieces of art. That's what I wanted to make. So you got like this one guy who just follows the army around, and every time like someone gets a scar that like they just obviously they don't like it, it's like demotivating and whatnot, he makes it look awesome. Must be voiced. No, Kirsten is already playing Brom, and I don't want to have the same voices. I do have a VO in mind though for Austin, like 100%. So, how long is this live stream? No clue. 6-pack. Funnily enough, not everyone actually has a 6-pack. I learned this recently. So like when you draw abs, not every single person is actually going to have a 6-pack. Some people will have 4, some people will only have 2, and some people may actually have like 8. It's really weird, but with the way that abs are, there is no 2 completely identical set of abs apparently. The body changes from like due to a lot of different things. So it's important to think about stuff like that too when you're drawing body types. Like, Laz is well built, but he's not Mr. 6-pack in the slightest. Ethan's really fit, so he's probably closer to having a 6-pack. Actually, even Kimiko's really fit as well. She probably won't have a 6-pack, but she's got, like, some definition there. I had to study a lot of like body types and stuff to do just the bare basics of certain art stuff. It's really important to keep an eye on everything, figure out how certain things work. I have a whole book on anatomy, and it's just like it shows you the workings of how every part of the body works. Like, and some of the ways that they explain it is really interesting. Like, the way that the muscles work on the neck, they've got almost like a gear system, just like being able to move it backwards. Kind of cool. Hey, me has a PhD. No, I do not. I wish I had a PhD in abs. How do you get the book? Probably just look on Amazon for anatomy book. You'll find like quite a few. I imagine there's quite a few people that have like better books than the one I bought, but I just liked The one I bought it at a craft shop. Like, I went for a tiki tour somewhere with my mother-in-law, and like we just like found a craft shop, so I was like looking through all of their books, and they happened to have a really nice anatomy book. I was very happy about that. Okay, so these work. So I can probably save these out now. I don't think I'll have to change the ones that are slightly bigger than that because they don't really need it. It takes me a while to get into all of my stuff because I have other stuff open. With one of these, I may or may not end up moving it down at some point. I'll let Andy pick, because I'm sure he'll just change it if he wants to. Do you know what Splatoon is? Yes, I do. I have not played it though. You're the bad guy. Good job. Someone's got to do it. I wish I was. I technically am like the bad guy or the mastermind behind everything in my character's stories. Okay. Whoop. How big was that? 63. No, you need to be at 80. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. Just do that. And emote, pinch this one as well. You get them in 3 sizes whenever you do emotes. So these 2 have got to be changed to double that, which is like 56. Yeah, that's fine as it is. I don't have to change anything. The only thing I will change is I always do that. Then the next one's like 8. There's 100 and something. After that, I can start doing an animated expression. So that'll be fun. It's been so long since I did emotes. I used to do them almost daily when I had my commissions open. Okay. Okay, I need these 2. And the last one is 100. So 56. My brain does not work. 112, that's it. I'm slowly remembering math. I don't do my maths like at all anymore because there's a calculator on my computer. Okay, and that'll be it. That'll be all of the emotes done. I'm fairly sure that's to the correct size. If I've got it wrong, I'll just change it later. Okay, we did it. Those are done. Because this one is harder to get back, I'm just gonna... Where did it go? There we go, there's a tiny version. I do this all the time. This is so tiny. Okay, done. Oh, don't need that. And don't need that open anymore. Yeah, move him closer. And now I can put them up there. Because they're no longer required. Yeep. So the next thing is to animate one of them. Not specifically that, but I gotta animate like a pip or a twitch. I'm the exact same. Ultra, like I can't do that. I used to be really good at maths, and then I stopped going to school, and then I stopped having to do maths. So yeah, smiley face. Yeah, I don't know how many people from my channel that are from like a different country that doesn't generally speak like mainly English. I've been to like one other country that speaks like one fluent language, and that was Paris. Like I went to France. Sorry, I'm gonna doodle for a second because whenever I have to draw something, I always just want to doodle midway through. So we shall draw a quick chibi, and then I will get back to what I was doing. Doing your own creative work is important, I think. Helps you like grasp what you were doing. So you got planned for the rest of the weekend, Easter eggs being... Oh, we bought a bunch of cream eggs. Just because I really, really wanted more cream eggs. Because I have an addiction to cream eggs and sugar. Otherwise I don't think I got much. I was going to help Andy with some graphics stuff. Maybe play some more Dead Cells. Maybe write some more. I still want to do more of my series, but like... it's so tedious when I'm like doing 10 minutes of an animatic. Sorry, I'm trying to like read the stuff at the same time. You always doodle in maths. Oh, you should pay attention in your classes. It's important. I'm gonna be honest, I really wish schools would properly like make your curriculum like more situated towards the kind of jobs you wanted, like almost like a mentorship sort of thing instead. So it's just like, I want to do art, and then like you'll go through all of these like different things, so this is the kind of artist you could be, and then you know what you want to do when you go to like college. But I suppose like most of the schooling stuff, they're trying to just cover a broad spectrum so that you can be useful at like anything to start with. You had to eat drink was just orange juice. I'm not sure how good that is for you, but you know, I'm not gonna judge your lifestyle. If all you want to do is drink orange juice, then that's your life decision. I knew it was wonky. I knew it. Okay, I fixed it. It's no longer wonky. Guys, always flip your canvas. You will learn very, very quickly how bad at drawing you are. It's like horrifying and useful at the same time. It's just like, I know this is gonna look terrible, but I need it. Okay, it's too far down now. Chibis are a good release, because that chibis. And I don't have to think about their body structure very much. Unless I'm drawing Tama as a chibi, because I still have to draw his really awkward nose, because it's such a big feature on him. So like, if I don't draw his nose on it, it just looks really weird. These are things that I have learned over like, the last few years. It's very important to like keep certain features on a character, otherwise they no longer become a character. And move this up because technically it'd have a chin. I love how everyone's just upset that I was talking about like school being important. It's just like, ooh, no, school. Look, school is important, but you know, there's benefits to going to school, because you won't have that when you can't go to school anymore, obviously, unless you got to pay for schooling, and then it's expensive. So Learn while you can, because then you'll have an advantage that other people didn't have because they didn't take it very seriously. I was one of those people. I did not take school very seriously. Didn't realize I didn't know much when I left school, which was not useful when trying to get a job. So, you know. I really want a baggy. I got to draw a baggy hoodie yesterday on for a picture I had to draw for work. It's in the community posts on their channel. But like I got to draw a big baggy hoodie and I was very happy. I like drawing baggy clothes because like any of you who know who Relic is like will realize just like how much I used to only draw baggy hoodies. I should do some more pixel art again at some point as well. You need to buy your oversized yellow hoodie. Yeah, it's actually soon our meetup. I'm excited. So some wonderful fans of mine have like scheduled a meetup in England. So like a bunch of people are going cosplaying as some of my OCs, and a couple of people I know from like ages ago. One of them wanted to come to see, which was nice. So I'm excited. I never had anything like that before. Normally, like, I'm too small for like all of the basic stuff that mostly really big YouTubers do. So it's really cool. I probably should draw chibis more often, especially on my channel. It's something that I know that people used to come to see my stuff for a lot just because I do a lot of these. I have a very simple style when it comes to like eyes. I don't spend a lot of time on fancy anime eyes anymore because I can get more detail in if I like make a more realistic eye. But yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, big, like comfy, oversized clothes. Ah, just the best. I'm gonna color this because I can. So I will show you a new coloring technique I learned recently. So you get the colors that you want for the base. You shove them in. This is important. Okay, it's not really important. It's just like, eh. But this is a decent coloring technique. Boop. So I'm gonna make her hair pink. I don't know why. Pink has been in a lot of my artwork lately. I don't know why. I don't actually like pink much, but you know, why not? This kind of pink isn't bad actually. It's kind of cute. Okay, so we have anime girl. We'll give her a deep hot pink. Well, actually, it's closer to red. Scarf and some shorts. And then like a purple. No, I don't like that at all. I feel like I should stick I can't even English. Stick with like the color palette of pink. Yeah, it looks better. Okay. Okay, so all the base colors are in. Then what you do... Oh, actually, she needs like really cute colored eyes. Something that'll stand out against all the pink. But blend in, so yellow. Okay. The next goal is you get a dark color. Like purple. Like that color. And you stick it there. You put it on multiply. Then you make it like 60%. 60 or 50. No, 60 is good. Okay. Then you put this on, which is a layer mask. Now we're gonna get a fun brush. Here's my fun brush. This brush. So this is a brush I'm gonna use. And we want the light to... The light's gonna come from this way. So light's really linear, by the way, like it's just gonna straight out go that way. So anything that's not or facing that direction, you can put like a shadow there. So the light's gonna be hitting here. Like this. Might hit that a little bit. And it's gonna hit down here. And it's going to hit over here as well. You're going to have a little bit of a shadow where it hits the nose. And then I'm going to have a little bit of light here. Light here. I'm going to fix it up in a minute. Pretty much I put it wherever I want the shadows to be. Okay, and then what you do is you switch it over to white, because black gets rid of it, white puts it back. And this is where you can start putting in your stylized or cleaner, like shadows and stuff. So there you go, like she looks like she's colored, right? It looks great. This is the beginning, we gotta keep going. So, we need pink. Like a nice bright pink. And I'm just gonna grab this. I'm just gonna put pink all over it, because I can. Saturation. So this makes all the colors look cooler. They look warmer now. So now I can start getting rid of some of those colors where I want things darker. So when you want something to look like it's in the shadow, you put a cooler color on it, like blue. When you want something to feel warmer, you use a warmer color like red or pink. So wherever I don't want that really bright thing, I'll get rid of it. And if I also think that this needs to be darker, I can do that. So I can make it 70%. So it's darker. But I think 60 is fine. Okay, and then for the final thing that I do normally is I'll color the line art in. So I just do this for that. Pick a color, go over the top of your line art, color it in. You can change like the color of each small part of the face. If you use like a purplish pinkish color, you can use it for the skin along with like red clothes or purple or pink clothes. So it pretty much works for almost everything on this picture apart from that maybe deep red. want this color for those. And I'm gonna play with her eyes a different way than everything else. So I need this color. I just started coloring this way the other day. So I was just like, oh, I'm smart now. I figured out like how to do something slightly different than normal, because normally I just paint it. What's her name? Grape. Her name is Grape. That's what I'm calling her, and no one can change it. Okay, and then we're gonna do my favorite thing, paint over the top of it, because I like painting too much. Zoom out one more. Okay, orange. Orange and yellow are a good mix. So I've used the same brush for everything apart from sketching it. But you could use this brush to sketch too, actually, if you wanted to. Actually, I can keep that like that. I'm not going to use that there either. I want to use a blue. This is cooler, so blue looks not much nicer in it. If I ever did like commissions again, this is the kind of stuff I'd like to do. But yeah, it's important to know like why you put a shadow in a specific place. I think that's like the important part when it comes to like shading stuff, because everyone always puts like one singular thing on shading, but when you shade, you've got two things to worry about. One is where your lighting comes from, and the other is the ambient occlusion, which is the shape of everything that the light is hitting. So like the shadows around here, they curve round because her face is not flat. Her face is rounded. And that's something people forget when they color stuff quite often. But it's important, like, little things that you can learn as you go. She looks cute, right? Grape. I love how I just gave her the worst name. Although there was a penguin, I think, called Grapecoon. I'm sad though, because I like Grapecoon. Yeah, if you want something to feel like it's warmer, like where the light hits it, you can use pink just around the outsides as well. So it looks quite pretty there. So if you didn't understand a step, feel free to like to ask. I might do a video with something like this at some point, just to show you like ideas of different ways you can shade. Obviously, each one will be dependent on how much time you want to spend on your picture, what kind of detail your picture has got, because this may not work for like something that's got like massive amounts of line art or something like that, or a huge like picture where you've got like a full-blown like background with perspective. Or at the same time, it might work wonders, like, I don't know. She's really cute, actually. I'm, like, shocked. Gerald the Beach Boy. Yeah, I remember, Gerald the beach boy. Okay, I'm gonna put some... I've learned a lot since I started first doing chibis. The last time I did a chibi on, like, my street stuff looked awful. I'm very happy people don't see this stuff anymore. Although it got passed around so damn much. It's just like, I don't want people to see it because I'm embarrassed by it now. Because it's like, it's old. It doesn't look as nice as everything else that I make. And because that's the first thing people see, that's what they think your art is like. They don't realize you've changed it. Okay, I'm dying. I actually really like her. She's so cute! Damn it! What raisin? My entire artwork right now is just full on doodle. Aww. The thing is, like, you can start with a doodle and then you just expand on that one idea. So drawing something is, to be honest, drawing something is having an idea of something that you visually want to just put out on paper. And if you don't know how to draw a specific part of it, so like, say I didn't know how to draw her shoes, you pick up a reference of exactly the kind of shoes you want or something close to it, and then you can go from there, learning one new thing at a time. So, you know, like, don't do what I do and shove all of that responsibility and pressure. Just learn one small thing at a time with what you want to draw. So if you've got an OC and you love this OC and you only want to draw them, learn one small new feature that you can add to that OC every time you draw them. And there's also, on mine and Andy's Discord, which I don't know if I really put a link out in many places. I probably should do that more often. We have like a critique section in an art chat that people use, and everyone in there is really nice. So like, you're welcome to post your art in there. If you get stuck, I don't mind if like you ask me in my chat room to have a look at like the community thing and like give you some advice if I'm not busy. Sometimes I'm very busy and I apologize if like I can't respond, because that happens. But I generally try my best to talk to everyone who sends me a message in there. As long as it's in the public chat. Getting sent DMs is like kind of uncomfortable sometimes, just because like it's not in a public space. And I'm generally a lot older than most of the people who send me messages, so I just like feel really awkward. Okay, so I will tell you what stream. At the end of the stream, so like the very end of the stream when I decide to leave, I will give one person in chat this chibi, so they can keep her design and use it for whatever they want. Because I used to do adoptables, and I don't see why not, because I know for a fact I'll probably never use her, because I don't have a purpose for her. But someone else will probably find a nice use for her, so I'll give it to one person in chat at the end of the stream. And they can rename her if they want. That 100% fine. It doesn't worry me at all. I've got a really bad habit for wanting to detail everything. There's something so relaxing about it, so I kind of just end up doing it without thinking. This is live. Yeah, no, this is live. Yeah. You don't feel bad about neglecting study. Wow. I mean, I wouldn't generally feel that bad either, I guess. I was terrible at all of my motivation for schooling. I think most people are nowadays, just in general. Just don't tell your parents, like, if you go to school, don't tell your parents that I ever, like, say I don't like it, because sometimes it makes people upset for some reason. I suppose I can understand the reason, but yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of characters, so I don't mind giving this one away at all. Characters deserve to be loved. I'll probably do what I used to do as well, because I used to do like a raffle system where I'd pick a random number, and whoever picked the closest to that random number would get it, so I'll do it that way. It feels like the most fair for me. If you say me, I won't give it to you. That's pretty much how it will do. Pretty much you can give me an email and I'll just send you the actual picture. And you can use her design however you want from then on. So if you want to make her your OC, give her a backstory, make a full-blown story about her or whatever, I'm like fine with it. Pretty much what like most adoptables are for. Although some people just keep the adoptable and don't know what to do with it, so it just stays there and never does anything. And that's like all of my characters that I draw like one-offs of. I have that bad habit of wanting to tidy it all up now. I'll get into animating after this one. Just got like shorts on. Oh, there we go. That's the way I like to color. So if you want something to look more authentic, just put a shadow on it underneath. It's just like, yeah, now it looks like she's really there. I have 19% right now. What? Oh, lol. Do you want to open up commissions again sometime in the future? I do miss commissions every now and then, but like I just don't have time. Because there's helping Andy with some of his graphics every now and then. Which obviously he doesn't force me to do that. I want to do that. And then there's my own stuff, and then the rest of my time goes to work. And when you've spent the whole day doing like 8 hours of work, when you can finally draw again, you don't want to draw for everyone else. You want to draw something for yourself, if that makes sense. Like, you need that creative break to just let loose and make whatever you want. Didn't hear the name, I was AFK. Yeah, at the moment her name is just Grape. just that's it. Do you have planned stuff for your OCs? I've still got OC Chronicles. Like, I still work on the animatic whenever I get time, if I've got the motivation, because, like, I can't think of shots for an animatic if I don't have the motivation for it. It's just too hard. But every now and then, I'm just gonna call her Grape. Okay, Grape, you could sit in the corner. Why is she so darn cute? Ah! Everything is silence. Sure. If her name wasn't Grape, I would say Millie. Well, I mean, if you get it, you can name her what you want. No, I'm not gonna complain at that. It's too warm in England. Yeah, it has been too warm in England lately. I don't like the heat. I miss the cold already. Okay, I need a real brush. Nope, that's not the one I want. Where's my sketching brush? Yay! I have like a very specific sketching brush. I don't know why, but I like it a lot. It's kind of like a pencil. See? It's like a pencil. I need to do more voiced speed paints. I actually wanted to do some one-off ones where I have like a full written story and I voice act some of it so that I don't have to pay too many people because I don't have that kind of money. I'm trying to save for a house so I can get a dog. But like I also want to have what's it called, my OCs talking, but I can't spend like all my money on that or I'll have no money. I'm gonna do some really basic videos at some point, maybe teaching people how to draw certain characters. Yeah, I like sketching with this brush. If you get it, you're gonna keep the name Grape. Yay! Makes me happy if some people like actually wanted to keep her name as Grape. She kind of looks like she's a similar color to like Grape for some reason. My favorite dog breed. Oh, I don't think I have one. Like, I love dogs way too much. You know what? I need like 50 Ethans. I want more Ethans. Okay. Come on, Ethan, you gotta like... There you go, there's more Ethans than Kimiko's now. Look at them all. There's 4. Are these emotes for members? These are emotes for my husband, who streams on Twitch. So he's the dragon hat. And then I think I've already got a couple on mine. I'll post mine in chat actually. So I've got these ones. These ones are for members on mine. So we've got a dabbing Branth. We've got Kimiko doing a thumbs up. Relic is waving, Carrot's yelling at things. And Tama is fist bumping. But I don't have the other half of the fist bump because I don't have enough members. So the next one would be Miko doing the other side of the fist bump. Yeah. How did you do the animated characters? These are Shimiji. So, you can make them do stuff. He's walking around right now. Actually, I'll open up one of the ones I got. So this is Ethan's one. Kimiko is not finished. So these are all the pictures that you use, right? So I've done like most of hers. This one's where they're supposed to trip over. I haven't done that one yet either. There's making a new one, which I gotta do, moving your screen around, then jumping after your mouse, which I also have to do. So after I finish these ones here, I can actually put this one out as well. But they're really small. I think they're only like 128 by 128, so they're actually quite tiny. I'm sorry, but I'm not taking requests. She looks like a strawberry. The problem is she's not quite the right color. If she had red hair, then 100% yeah, and I'd probably put like little yellow clips in it so it looks like the seeds. Oh, damn. Now I kind of want to just do character design, but like, I need to stop because otherwise I won't do anything I'm supposed to do today. Great. She's an off-brand colored grape. That's it, right? Oh, lol. Yeah, every now and then, like, Jess will put something out that references my stuff, which is nice. She likes my OCs too, which I really appreciate. She understands Branth. She's got a standee of him that I gave her because I wanted to share the muscles. So I'm just like, Jess, have muscles and stick it on your desk, please. I have a problem with my damn muscle, man. I really do. Okay, I need to stop being... Ethan, can you... Sorry, I'm gonna pull you down right as you get to the top. So I gotta draw Pip, and I gotta draw like a really, really happy Pip for, so I can animate it pretty much. This one shouldn't be too hard to animate realistically. But I'm trying to figure out like exactly the kind of emotion I want for it. I imagine like starry eyes, probably. If I ever draw just one half of a face that looks better than the other one, I'll just cheat and rotate it. Because I have the ability to in digital, so why not? I don't need that one. All girls have problems. Actually, most of the people I know who draw muscle men are all guys. There's only like 3 girls artists that I know of that draw muscular guys, and then every other guy artist that I know of draws muscular guys. See you later for those who are disappearing. We need more men that can sparkle. Yeah, that's pretty much off-brand colored grape. Yes, that's exactly it. The program name is Photoshop. If you're talking about like these are Shimmy G, which I had written down somewhere. There we go, Shimmy G. A lot of people like seem to get really interested on this, so maybe next stream I'll finally finish Kimiko's Shimmy G, or ignore her and start Gabrams. One of the two. I want to do one of Tama where he just stands there and doesn't do anything. Like, he just stands there and looks at you. Then tells you to drink water because he's a doctor. That sounds like the most legitimate thing I could probably draw. Okay. So, I feel like this would probably be easier if I didn't use this to sketch with. But I can also do them 3/4 view. I don't have to do them front on, but depends. I only do the heads for these. One day, I'll get smart and I'll put my webcam on so that you can just see my pen hitting the tablet. I don't like putting my face on camera, but like I do that for the lols. Oh yeah, no, I do know some guys that draw girls. Quite oftenly though, most of the guys that I know that draw girls draw really curvy girls. They're also really good at it. So it's like, they draw girls better than I draw girls. And I am a girl, so I would have thought I'd be better at it, but I guess I just don't look at girls that much. So like, I'm terrible at it. Lol. To be honest, like, it doesn't matter if I'm pretty or not. My channel's never been about my face or myself. It's been about my stories, my characters, and my artwork. And I kind of want it to stay that way. Like, I don't want to become a huge personality on the internet. I want people to see something creative and want to make something creative. That's pretty much like the entirety of what I do on my channel. Painting is a really useful tool for sketching because you can erase things by just picking the color white and then just sketch over the top of it. It's just like, yeah, look, now it's clean. Then everyone wonders how your sketch is so clean. It's because you cheat and you paint it. Never drawn curves apart from smiles. Curves are important. Like, it's amazing how many curves you have in everything. Like your arm has a lot of curves in it because there's the muscle structure, and then there's like your elbow and here and whatnot, and then so there's a lot of natural curves through the body. It's important to get used to drawing curves. But there are also subtle curves and like angular stuff. But yeah. But when I overlay it looks so weird. See, I don't overlay, I just draw in the same layer. Everything's on the same layer. And then if you want to put something underneath it, you set it to multiply because then any color you put underneath it immediately is fine. It's called cheating. My entire art career is how can I do this faster, and it generally just comes down to, oh, this is faster, and so I'm gonna just do this, and then other people just get confused as to why on earth I do it this way. But I can get the shapes better, so it's just kind of easier. Erasing something doesn't always give me the shape I want, but if I paint it, I kind of just go with the flow, and then I end up finishing something by accident because I get really caught up in the process. If you can make drawing fun for you, you will probably do the best. Like, if you don't enjoy the process, you probably shouldn't be drawing. That's pretty much like the gist of it. It's important to learn new things, but you should be enjoying like the start to finish, not just the finish to show people. Still amazed when Pi uses only one layer. Yeah, no, see, it's like it's a thing that a lot of artists do because they just get so used to it. So I wonder what would happen if I tried painting Pip to look like semi-realistic, so like giving him all of the anatomy around the eyes and everything. Although I think it would require me to study bat ears, and I can't be bothered. You enjoy art, but you still suck at it. I mean, technically, I still suck at it. Like, obviously, the definition's a little bit different because I have some experience in it, but like, there's a lot of things that I can't draw that I would like to draw. I can't draw vehicles. Like, frankly, I don't really try to draw vehicles because I already know I can't draw them. And that's why I can't draw them, because I'm not willing to try. You're still waiting for Animal... You're gonna be waiting a long time for Animal Crossing. They're just, like, doing it to annoy people at this rate. Okay, I don't like this bit, so I'm gonna change this bit. I've been learning, like, so much bits and pieces about lots of little things. Because, like, I ended up with, like, a fan base, and my skills weren't really that high, and then I wanted to get better at art so that, like, I guess my fan base kind of deserved that, or at least that's what I thought when I was trying to get better at stuff. Obviously, that's not a very healthy way to think, so don't always think that way. It's just good to, like, to want to get better, but it should be always for yourself. Okay, so we've got like the base here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do the same thing I did before, but I'm cheating. So I've copied the white background behind it, so I can overlay it. And it just covers the old one! Ha ha ha! This is what I mean when I say that I like cheating. I just like thinking of ways that's gonna make it easier for me. I'm also gonna get rid of this because I feel like this should actually come down more. And then I want the hair to like flick. Okay, so that's one down. This is just the sketch. This is the Amy enjoyed painting it sketch. But, like, it should look good. Yeah, it does look good, so... Problem solved. My last words are, I hate potatoes. Lol? Poor potatoes. What did they do to you? Hee cheating. It's pretty much it. Like, being a lazy person isn't technically a bad thing, because you think of how to do things, like, more quickly, which makes sense. It's like a good thing, right? Thank you, Janani. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this one, put one next, because I want him to have like a pushed up face more, so he kind of like realizes how pretty something is, or excited something is making him, so I want the face to go up. That's gonna make that change. Love your character design. Thank you. I'm glad you like my stuff. I helped design Pip with Andy's fan base and Andy during a live stream. That was fun. That was like back in the day when I still used Character and Relic a lot. I really want to go back to using them more, but like things have changed a little bit since then. I've learned a lot from my co-workers as well. Cause I'm not the only artist working. So it's kind of nice that I can learn from my peers just by seeing their work. It looks like someone's about to give him a lollipop. He's got like that really, oh my gosh face. You're now consumed by buffness. Cheating is the most creative way. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, whoops, sorry, excuse me. That's definitely like something that's like people don't realize is like cheating can be a good thing as well as a bad thing. Obviously, you don't want to cheat in certain areas, but like when you have to create such a creative way of making something faster or like easier, quite often that's like the stuff that actually does the best in life. Like people creating like new inventions and stuff is generally based on making something that we already use way easier to use. Okay, I'm gonna put his ears slightly more to the side. I love playing with expressions. That's one of my favorite things. That's why I like emotes a lot. I can play with really silly expressions. I love also like putting like the upper teeth in. I don't know why, it always looks really cute. Look at that. He's cute. What inspires you to keep drawing art? My OCs, actually. My OCs, like, keep me going. Like, these guys, whenever I'm sad, especially, like, I like drawing this guy a lot when I'm sad. Because he's normally sad too. So I feel like I could connect with him on that way, because his life was, like, kind of crappy. And then I like to draw Ethan happy, because I don't draw him happy much. This guy, I like drawing this guy just because he's a grumpy old man, and it's amazing, and I love him. Apparently my desktop music's down too low. It's funny because it's on, it's just not very loud. You cheated not only the game but yourself. Yeah, to be honest, like, there's a big difference in, like, I guess, like, the term of cheating for certain things. One is, like, the lazy man's cheating, which is learning how to do something in a faster fashion using only the things you have readily available to you. Which isn't so much cheating, but it's being inventive. Most people call it cheating just because it feels like a cheat that you can do something that's this difficult so quickly. And then there's, like, the typical cheating, which is using somebody else to get, like, through something, which obviously you don't learn anything from that. Cheating and shortcuts. Shortcuts is different though, because sometimes, like, a shortcut can mean cutting, like, the quality of something, and that's what most people think of when you think of, like, a general shortcut, I suppose. Or at least in the professional field, I guess it feels like that way. I always just called it cheating because it felt like I was cheating whenever I did something that didn't feel normal. Favorite manga? Oh, probably One Piece, because the manga is really good. I don't really like the anime as much because they drag out the episodes way too much. But the actual manga is amazing. I need to get back into reading it because I know, like, 2 people who read it, and then they tell me that, like, all this great stuff's happening, and I haven't read it in, like, a month. Because I'm a busy person. Although one of those people I think is busier than I do and they still read it, so I guess I can't really say much. Your interpretation comes from racing games. Yeah, I've never really played many racing games, so I suppose my definition comes from a different area. I tend to draw more than I game. But I can't, because you can still quote traditional artwork, but it's like you've got to use the things readily available to you. Again, like last time we did it, we talked about being able to like flip your canvas, which people do digitally like this. So I can flip it to see if there's issues, but you can't do that obviously as easily in real life. So instead you go up to a mirror and you can see the image flipped. So that's another way of doing it. Or like there's certain brushes that you can use like on paper that are going to give you a texture that you just can't replicate very easily on digital. The only bonus that I like with digital is the fact that I don't have to sit and wait for something to dry. That's like my biggest pet peeve, is waiting for things to dry. Okay, one of these feels quite wrong. I think it's because this comes out more rounded than the other side. Like that. Yeah, that coloring style that I did earlier, I said it was cheating because you don't have to shade each individual color on, like, separately. Like, if you're doing cell shading, sometimes you'll have to go through and you'll select the color of, like, the skin first, and then you'll shade the skin. Then you gotta select the color of, like, the hair, and then you'll shade the hair next by picking different colors. That one, you only need one color. You can shade the whole thing in one go, which is really fast. And then you can just put details over the top. Oh, you found cream eggs. I have a whole packet of cream eggs because I am addicted to cream eggs. They are real good. They're my favorite, like, sweet, I think. Cheap video editing software. I mean, there's Windows Movie Maker. Although, I haven't really used that much. I think there's also, oh no, Camtasia I don't think is an editing program. I think that's like a recording software. I don't really know, actually, because I used Premiere Pro. And before that I used Sony Vegas. I think before that I used I can't even English. Windows Movie Maker. There we go. What are cream eggs? Cream eggs are... How do I describe these things? So it's like a chocolate egg. It's small. It's like the size of like your index finger kind of thing. Like it's that tall. So it's not like a huge egg. And then the inside is like, it's kind of like a gooey fondant. It's really good. Gotta love that stuff. Oh, thank you, Cloud. That means a lot. I'm really happy that, like, you draw more. I want people to see art as a good thing to aspire to. Because, like, I've seen a lot of, like, there's a lot of art YouTubers now, which is really nice. But I'll quite often I'll see art being, like, the secondary thing. Especially when, like, commentary channels came out where speed paints are the background. Obviously, I can understand why people do it, because it's easier. But, like, for me, art is the focal point. I want people to see and create cool worlds and like, thought with their pieces. And mood. Like, mood is important. Like, I got a really sad picture. I shall find my sad picture. I'll just change this so it's not sitting in the middle of my screen. Ethan, let go of my stuff. No. I have a really, really big folder, but there's some of my work stuff on it, so I can't exactly show all of that. You got bored and doodled on your hand. I thought you said head to start with, like, but I totally get, like, why you doodle on your hand. That's, like, good fun. Oh, here we go. So, this one, when it loads... this one's trying to set just one mood. And obviously, like, it's obviously immediately it comes off as, like, dark and kind of sad. And that's the kind of stuff that, like, I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get, like, to the point where there's a bit of a story in each picture, rather than it just being a cute girl. So that's what I've been trying to do, and I've been working really, really hard on stuff like that. There's also, like, the big picture I did of Laz and Ethan and stuff like that. So, one day I'll finish this one. I mean, it's not too hard to finish. I just gotta, like, texture stuff and then color the characters and then make the shadow look cooler. But at the moment I gotta finish this thing and animate him. So I kind of want him to start with, like, this, but maybe just, like, with a smile on his face, and then he just gets, like, super happy and there'll be, like, little sparkles or stars going around him. You want to see more of the house? Oh, like the house that they were living in. I gotta do more pictures at some point. So like you'll see, I actually there's a point where I want to do it where you'll see Grant's room, like his childhood room. So like he still has a bunch of stuff that he had in his childhood there, because his parents didn't want to throw it out. So that, and he kind of just left home without saying much, being the awkward child he is. Kobolds, lizard people. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, I've seen them on like some stuff. I don't really draw that kind of thing much, I suppose. Okay, I'm gonna just... So I'm gonna make him bigger, because I gotta animate it. Yeah, I like characters like that, but I don't really draw a lot of stuff like that much. Like, I want to draw more anthropomorphic... okay, you know the word, but I can't say it or pronounce it. I'm terrible at, like, trying to speak. But, like, that's something I definitely want to do more of. Like, I want, I don't want to just have a girl with cat ears be the only animal-themed creature. Especially since things like orcs and ogres and stuff are all something you often see in a fantasy setting. So I've got the I got the Neko race, I've got the elves and the high elves, and then there's like humans. I will do orcs probably, but have them probably in a different region. There's definitely dragons. Kaizen's a dragon. But yeah, oh, there's also the demons as well, which is what Tama is. So Tama's a little bit of an oddball. Well, in like the group, he's not like the most average person you would come across. They don't like letting him in the city either because he's a demon. But he's also a very, very accomplished doctor, so they kind of just started letting him do almost whatever he wants because they ask him for information and advice. Oh, you like to experiment. You've made a phoenix girl. Cool. I think I got a phoenix with a zombie girl, which I haven't... I've drawn her once, but she's Miko's friend. So there was... I think Kaizen said them actually on one episode where he mentioned Miko and Kiz. You could hear Miko as Moeka in the last episode with Hime in it. Why is drawing one line, like, always so awkward? I feel like if I, like, just duplicated it on the other side. Okay, I just went with a slightly mucky line, and I'm just gonna erase parts. I probably won't stream too much longer. It's starting to get really warm in here, and I need to make sure I take breaks from the computer as well. Well, if you don't already, I would suggest that you watch my series. It's on the front page of my YouTube. It's called OC Chronicles. The reason I say it'd be nice, obviously, if you watch it is because that's where all of my hard work into my characters is gone. It's also where all of my money has gone. So any support on it is really good. anything I make from it goes back into the series, and it means I can actually continue it as well. Please, like, stop mentioning Kawaii-chan. I try to keep, like, obviously, like, I know I work for Jess, so I know people get very interested in her stuff, but I do try to keep it away from my own stuff as much as possible. Especially since, like, as I love the VAs, but I love them for all of their work, not just for one character they do. That, and it's not nice just having everything about your own stuff just mentioned to somebody else, basically. Love how I asked nicely and someone does it anyway. I'll give out Grape in a couple of minutes and then I'll hop off. Yeah, pretty much. Like, art block is no. It does go through everyone. It's not just like a creative block doesn't just sit with artists either. It also happens with writers, and like, to be honest, any creative job you can think of has some kind of creative block, and it sucks, but you know, it's something that we generally all go through. We have Pip. Welcome to the grape adoption. I gotta be honest, I don't think it matters if somebody's a boy or a girl in any real respect, unless, like, you're trying to get with them as a partner, I suppose. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. Trying to explore things that are not personal to me in an attempt to understand them better, like my OCs who have depression and problems. Yeah, see, like, that's actually not a bad idea. I do find, though, that writing is best when it comes from a personal experience. So if you don't have it, and you're trying to write it for characters, I would probably try and find people that you know to talk to who do, and try and understand it from their perspective. Because obviously, like, real life is the best reference. So a lot of the stuff that my characters go through are generally based on things either I've gone through or someone I know has gone through. And it's quite difficult after a while to really solidify some of those things. Frost, please, like, if somebody doesn't want to say anything, like, just leave them, please. It's kind of rude. I just say welcome, folks. It's just like it's easier. Or just like, what was it? For some reason, I think like the term just dude was used as like a term for everybody. So it's just easier. Although I think I used to call people dudettes at one point. Alrighties. Okay, so I'm gonna get a random number generator. I gotta find Ethan, get off my screen, please. Okay, so I am going to tell you all once, so you only type once in chat. I don't want anyone like posting more than once. If you post more than once, then you won't get picked. End of story. So pick a number between 1 and 100. The person who gets closest to the random number generator's answer will get the we'll get grape. I forgot what I'd called her. So I'm gonna wait until like everyone's had a chance. Also, try not to pick if someone else has already picked that number, like, the first person to have picked that number is going to get that number, so. Okay, well, I'm sorry, but every time I see someone post more than once, you are immediately moved, so. I'm putting you on a timeout. Okay. Okay, we all good? Okay, I'm gonna just double check. Okay, I'm ready to go then. I'm gonna pick random number. And my number is 81. So let's see what we got. You can't pick 81 when it's already done. Okay, so at the moment, I think 78 is actually the closest. Yeah, looks like 78's the closest. And Janani was actually the first one to type 78, so I did say earlier that if someone had already picked it, you needed to pick a different one. So, yeah, the Janani one. Whenever possible, if you have like a Twitter or an email, if you can email me, I'll send you the picture over. I might do this sort of thing again every now and then. It's just good fun, to be honest. Take good care of Grape for us. Yeah! What's my email? My email is, I'm trying to figure out if I can type it somewhere. There we go. And with that, I'm actually gonna come off stream as well. I've been streaming for like 2 hours, so I think it was a good good time to hop off. Make sure Grape has a loving story. Yeah, don't torture your OCs like I do. This is why I had to give her a better home. Alright, see you later, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Hopefully I can do this again at some point. Okay, bye!